Hey everybody, this is Smashing Game Time. We are three brothers who go through gaming's back catalog of yesteryear. We are back for the new year. Jake, don't you smile. I am joined by my brothers, Jake and Josh. Jake and Josh, say hello to the people.
Oh, hello. He told me to say hello. I'm just following orders. Help me, save me.
For those not watching, I'm the power bottom today.
Josh is still on bottom. Josh was on the bottom for the holidays, and it just stuck. Josh is the bottom now.
Bottom.
We hope everyone is having a happy new year. We are a Trident Network podcast. Go check out our siblings. Rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts, especially on Apple and Spotify. Those are the two that the algorithm really love. That fucking algorithm, let me tell you. Today we are getting back into the quarters. We are doing Q1 of 2015 today. We've got some bangers. I forgot how much of a banger 2015 in general was. We're going to get to that. We're also going to talk about our resolutions for 2023 and the games that we are most excited about for 2023. But before we get into it, gentlemen, what has everybody been up to?
Holidays. I mean, just surviving them.
Interesting.
That's it. That's all you got.
Well, I mean, I also picked up a few games. I mean, I my biggest one that I'm playing, my biggest two right now is Escape from Tarkov. It wiped. I've watched Matt play, a couple of his friends, and I'm like, okay. So I'm kind of like slowly getting into it. Streets suck right now. Don't even bother playing with them.
Yeah.
Unless you have like god tier computer parts or you're God himself, don't even bother. And my biggest one, which is a huge shock for me. So for those who don't know me, I love JRPGs a lot.
He does.
I do. I picked up Star Ocean Divine Forces or Divine Force.
Why are you doing this to yourself, Josh?
Honestly, I'm enjoying it so far. So I'm playing on the hardest difficulty because that's just who I am. And I'm actually at a boss that I can't beat, and I've been grinding my ass off. And I'm happy about that because that never, ever happens. To me, a hard difficulty for most games like that is they remove, like, you get like half the money you normally get or like half the experience. No, I feel like even with me grinding and feeling like I might be a little OP for the standard enemies, I'm getting my ass kicked, and I love that. And Star Ocean so far has been keeping me happy, and it's much better than the previous one because integrity and faithlessness, ugh.
That's not turn-based, right? That's the one where you're running around, kind of like the Legends games?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Or not the Legends games, the Tales games?
Tales.
Yeah, it's more of a live action or the real-time battle.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's really good so far. The story is decently good too. I'm not too far, but what has been there so far has kept me interested. Like there's a lot of mystery, and I want to know what's going on.
So what else did you buy on the Steam sale? We'll just go down that list because that'll probably be what you ended up playing too.
Okay, here, let me do this, guys. Let me pull up my Steam just for you live. Nick taught me how to do this.
Oh, how to order? Yep. The only thing that throws it off is if you played like a random game.
Is it sort by recent activity?
If you go up to where it says games, sort by recent activity, and if you bought it, it'll show.
Okay, so here is everything I've been playing or bought recently. Apex Legends. Days Gone.
No surprise there for that first one.
Hollow Knight. That's what I've been playing on my Steam Deck. Ready or Not. Risk of Rain 2.
That motherfucker.
Oh, here comes the buys now. Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate Deluxe Edition.
That the VR one?
No, that's the 2D one, 2.5 one.
Okay.
Middle Earth Shadow of War. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, fail. Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. And then it goes to games I was playing again. So Metro 2033 Redux, Space Engineers, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, West of Loathing, which I highly recommend, and then Subnautica.
I forgot you bought Subnautica. I think you mentioned that the last time we were on air.
I think I did, yeah.
So I didn't go as heavy on the buys. So I was just telling you guys I bought Rain World. I actually bought that last night for $8. It's apparently Hollow Knight, but harder, from what I hear. I bought Stray because Stray was the game where I was like, man, if it's not under 25, I'm not buying it. and then it was like 22, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it. Played it for about an hour. I need to get back to it. Bought Melatonin. It's that beat game I was telling you guys about previously. Freddy Fish 3: The Case of the Stolen Conch. No, doesn't ring a bell.
No.
The computer game, the Freddy Fish, the point and click adventure.
The only point and click adventure I remember is Pajama Sam. Okay.
You don't remember?
I remember this one.
You don't remember Putt Putt Saves the Zoo?
Uh,
My point is, I only bought one, but you could buy all of them for like $90, and there's a lot.
Why would I do that?
Because
Yeah.
not you, but me. I got kids, man.
If it's not Dear Avenger, I don't want to hear it.
You can't. You know what? I was looking for that. I was looking for Dear Avenger 4. Couldn't find it. You have to buy a hard copy of it.
the Dear Avenger 4 and Pajama Sam. Those are the only two I remember.
Josh, check your Steam gift box. No. After Freddy Fish, I bought Grapple Dog, which is another 2D side scroller. I bought Hyper Light Drifter. That's from the same developer that did Solar Ash that I reviewed before break. So I'm gonna check that out. Crypt of the
They have the
Necro.
Pajama Sams?
Huh?
They have the Pajama Sams?
Dude, they have them all. I was telling you that.
Dude, I know what I'm playing tonight.
Oh, he's buying all of them.
No, he's gonna play it, and then it's just gonna sit there.
It's gonna sit there. Crypt of the Necro Dancer is a beat style game. I bought that. Stacklands, little gator games, like a Breath of the Wild clone, but with a gator trying to get his older sister to play with him on this island. And then, guys, I know I said I was done with Marvel Snap, but I bought the last 2 passes. And even worse, I bought the boost for each of the passes to get me 15 levels. I'm ashamed. But I've gotten better. I've gotten better because I stopped playing my discard deck and I moved on to a move deck, which was fun for a little bit. But now I have this deck and it's just like it's this Devastator deck. So I've got Goose from, I'm guessing that's Captain Marvel the cat, that like blocks off the enemy from playing, or everybody from playing power 3 through 6 cards on a place. I pair that with Cosmo in another spot, the dog that doesn't let you do on reveal. And I lock shit down, dude. And then I've got Infininaut for that last turn spice. Ooh. It's good. Marvel Snap's still good.
Me?
Marvel Snap is still good. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm addicted. I'm hooked. They know how to get me. They got that sauce and they got me. I'm sorry.
You got that? You got some more of that Marvel Snap?
Hey, y'all got that Magneto card. I need that Magneto. No, apparently there's you know how people are complaining about Killmonger?
Yeah.
Well, there's a new card people like to bitch about called Leader. And what Leader does, you might know, but Leader, when you play him, he copies every card that your opponent plays on the last turn and plays it on their side also. Plays it on your side also. It's nasty. I've had someone drop it on me. It's won a lot of games. I don't think I have it though. I need to get it.
Wait, so if I put down Leader, it copies the cards that you put down last and puts it on my side? Okay.
Yep. So and it's like not just the location; it's every location. Yeah. So I think
they could drop a Hulk, and he would get a Hulk in every single spot.
no, he gets a Hulk in the location where you played it. So if I play it let's say I play it on your left spot, and your left spot's full, you don't get Hulk.
I get.
So really, I think how people are playing that card is they're playing as a little amount of cards as they can and hoping to win based off of you going heavy on that last turn.
That's fair. Okay.
It's still fun. I enjoy it. Still playing Fortnite. I think the new season of Fortnite is kind of ass. It's very buggy. There are games where I'll jump in and my guns will just stop working or they'll disappear. Or there'll be games where I can't dash and I hate the hammer. I know we have a hammer in our fucking logo and I'm half tempted to delete that motherfucker. I hate the hammer in Fortnite. That said, I'm still having fun in Fortnite. Jake, sorry. I went on a long-winded thing. It's your turn.
I've been waiting. Yeah, I got nothing.
You haven't been playing anything.
I just playing. No, I mean I've been playing TFT, Brawlhalla. Just the same old shit. Same shit, different day. I played a little bit of Escape from Tarkov. It's a horror game for me. I'm still trying to get used to it. I haven't been playing much lately, just because I'm back in the office. I'm on orders for a month, or not a month, for 3 months. I wish it was for a month, but it is what it is. I'm making bank. I am in a TFT tournament tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. I kind of wanting to host some Brawlhalla tournaments. I think that'd be interesting to do, get some experience. I started my own Discord channel, which is bumping right now.
What do you mean bump? Like it's active as hell right now?
Yeah.
Nice.
You didn't know what bumping was?
And you haven't.
Boomer.
I haven't been invited. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I didn't want to invite you guys yet.
I'm not stuck on that. I'm stuck on the fact that you didn't know what bumping meant.
Who, me?
No, the person who asked it. Yeah, of course you.
I know what bumping is. I didn't know if because so I'm in a few discords that are bumping, and what I've started to notice about Discord that I really like is that if someone is using it as like their streamer hub, they can post an event instead of like how people used to do where they, hey, going live, click here. You can now post an event up top, and that'll tell, and the people can RSVP to go watch that shit. It's crazy, man. When whoever buys Discord, it's gonna be a bummer because they're just gonna run it into the ground.
Speaking of running into the ground, does anybody know what the whole Halo Infinite drop thing was over Christmas break?
No, but there's a few people that keep popping up in my Twitter feed that bitch about that game. I know Forge went 1.0 or something like that.
Hey, if anything, Forge is the only reason that game still has relevancy.
Yeah, I was hearing about people building maps and from old shooters. People built Nuketown. People built. I think it was like a bigger version of Shipment.
Someone built an infinite version of Halo 1.
Huh.
I like that. I like the sound of that. It sounds cool.
Yeah, like that. I mean, let's okay. So, like, Fortnite was saved itself by becoming a battle royale game. Halo saved itself by becoming a
Halo.
a sandbox.
Jake, we interrupted you. I'm sorry. What else?
Oh,
you
I
got?
mean, I got nothing else. Just been busy and trying to be more productive. But yeah, I've been busy.
That's why I didn't get it recorded earlier, but I've got a planner for 2023. We are going to plan this 2023. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this much. Yeah, but Josh, I like your point that Halo is trying to save itself by becoming Minecraft.
Let's be honest. It's not trying to save itself. People are playing it and going, "Hey, this shit's actually pretty cool," and it's like, yeah, this is what we meant the whole time.
Yeah, this was our thing.
It's the same thing with Fortnite because that's what Fortnite did. I remember dropping $100 on the super deluxe version because you hyped it up so much, and then we played it. I played it for an hour and I went, "Oh my god, I wasted $100." And then it became a free game, and then it became a battle royale, and somehow it's still alive.
It's still kicking. But hey, with Microsoft owning Mojang and having all of that access to like the Minecraft stuff, I imagine you just, hey Mojang, help us with our Forge mode, please. Come on.
We got you.
You guys are good with randomly generated assets, right? Come on over. Let's do this shit.
I'm honestly, I kind of just want to pick up Infinite again, just to find the Forge of the first Halo. That's it.
That is pretty cool. Just get rid of the library. Just burn it down. Don't even play that part.
Yeah, agreed. It's not worth it.
No. All right. We are. Are you guys ready to get in 2015?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. We're back, baby. It's 2023. We're doing it. We're doing it to it. Let's go. 2015 Q1.
Q1.
Ooh, all right. I wasted a lot of energy there.
Yeah.
First up, January 21st, we've got Dying Light.
When it comes to Dying Light, this is my perfect explanation of it. The hype of Dead Island
Okay.
in the body of a Far Cry.
Dead Island and a Far Cry. I like that. I also think it's more scary as well.
Oh, especially at nighttime when you get chased by the what are they called, stalkers?
Yeah, I've like whenever I hear about this game, I always hear like, oh yeah, the parkour and then like the game becoming completely different at night. And I remember, yeah, because Dead Rising kind of had a similar thing, but it wasn't too crazy. Like it would turn to night, there'd be more zombies, and their eyes would be red, and they'd deal more damage. But these these seem scary because they're chasing you. These are 20.
No, well, not only are they chasing you, but your attacks aren't as strong because the whole reason that zombies can die in the day is because you have the UV lights, where at nighttime you have your little UV flashlight, and that's the only way to weaken them, unless you have a gun. But if you have a gun, you're going to attract more.
And these are 28 days later type zombies, right?
Yes, they'll run at you and shit. Yeah.
Oh man, that looks great. So if you're watching the video, he's like above the city, and I mean, for a 7-year-old game, it doesn't look bad.
No, it looks for a 7-year-old game. It looks better than most 2020 games.
And the sequel just came out last year. The sequel feels like it was one of those games that got announced. I felt like it was like almost going down the same path Dead Island was going down. Dead Island 2.
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing about it when I lived up in Chicago. I remember hearing about there's an aspect of it where the zombies. I'm sorry. There's a city, but you can, like, if you unflood part of it, like, it unlocks a bunch of stuff, like at the lower part of the city. And I remember hearing that and thinking it was super cool. And then like 4 years later or something like that, the game wasn't out still. And I mean, I think this is still Dying Light 1 is still the better product. I couldn't even tell you the story. Do you know the story of Dying Light, Josh?
Yes. So basically you play basically like a special agent who gets flown into the city because of the outbreak. You find out that your company is the reason the outbreak started, and you're going in to do a couple things. One, you're supposed to infiltrate the survival group, which is what he's kind of doing here in the video if you're watching. You're supposed to infiltrate it and find out who the leader is, and confirmation. And then there's like a ex guy who used to work with the company who took like all the secrets and stuff with him and fled to here. And you're supposed to make contact with him, gather that information, and then escape.
Sounds like you're ready to speed cap this game already, Josh.
I've played enough to know what's going on, and it's honestly, when it first came out, it wasn't that good of a game. But as the years have gone by, they added DLC to it, they added more content to it. Like, this was a game that saw a labor of love, gave it so much longevity in its life. Like, there's so many mods to it. There's a huge community following for it. It's all in all, it's a fantastic game now. Like, it's nothing like it was when it first came out.
I'm gonna be honest. I still get this and Dead by Daylight mixed up just because the names are so close.
And that's fair.
Is Dead by Daylight's third person though, right?
Yeah, unless you're playing
the killer,
the killer, and then you're first person.
Okay, yeah. This, I mean, I had, by the time this came out, I had my fill of zombie games, because you guys know I was super high on the first two Dead Risings, not so much on the third one. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, I think we played the shit out of those during the 360 era.
Yes, we did.
But then by the time this came out, this was 2015. The Walking Dead was 5 years old at that point. The previous year, the year before that, we had Walking Dead Season 1, Take the World by Storm. I think by the time this game came out, I don't think that, like,
it was oversaturated.
It might have had its flaws, but like the zombie stuff had ran its course, and people were just like, man, I'm done. I can't.
It's the longevity of the game itself throughout the years, and it's the parkour. I think those are the two biggest elements the game had. That made it stick out.
I agree. 100%.
And you also,
sorry,
I was just saying, you also watch the game and you're like, man, these people are fucking morons. Somehow they're the survivors who haven't, and they're all fucking morons.
Oh, that's just zombie games in general, my dude. Or zombie any media, like, it's nothing but morons.
Don't get me wrong. There will be the handful, the one or two of them that will survive. That's just it just happens to be it.
Guys,
I mean, a lot of like zombie like games or movies, they're in a world that they never heard or seen anything of zombies.
John, yeah, Dawn of the Dead doesn't exist for them. What? So to get my Romero on, what do the zombies represent in this, Josh? What do they represent? I need to know what the zombies represent.
Consumerism.
He reportedly hated The Walking Dead because the zombies didn't really stand for anything. I could see it. I could see it.
I could see it, but at the same time, like it's not a one person perspective. Like what to anybody who says what do they mean to you, that's implying that it's going to mean something different for everybody. Everybody interprets things differently. That's why we're built differently. Like, I don't know what you wanted me to say beyond, like, to
You're
me the
dodging,
zombies just mean you're fucking dead. Don't get bit. Run like hell.
you're dodging the question. I want to know what they represent. No, so I'm to end this zombie bit. If there is one piece of zombie media in the last 5 years I could recommend, and it might be older than 5 years now, Train to Busan. If you guys haven't seen it,
I've seen it. It's
oh,
fantastic.
it's so good.
I thought about seeing it. I just haven't watched it yet. I see like it's one of the moments where like I wanted to see it, but my wife didn't want to read subtitles.
Watch it. Don't wait for the American version they're doing. Just fucking watch Train to Busan,
so
Jake.
good.
It's so
I gotcha.
I cried. I cried. I have a son, so it may have lifted weight a little heavier on me, but I cried.
I don't know about crying, but I think it was fantastic.
Fantastic. That is Dying Light. Dying Light, thank you for everything you've done for gaming. You saved us. Moving on. Oh man, this next one hurts. February 10th, we've got Evolve. This was a 4v1 Hunters vs Monster. The trailers for this look good. The release trailer was Ready or Not, Here I Come, I'm gonna find you. It was the Fugees, I believe. And I remember buying this. I was very hyped on this. This was the first time a game felt. This was so Xbox One came out 2013. This felt like the first like next gen game after like because Titanfall was like a next gen and previous gen, and it just was so disappointing. The monsters and the survivors were very unbalanced. There were only I think 3 monsters upon release. I think they only got up to like 4 or 5, if I remember correctly. Playing as a monster was not the most fun. So the premise of Evolved is they're hunting this monster. The monster is just, living its life in the natural world. And when you're playing the monster, you have these 3 forms that you can evolve in. You're basically a Dragon Ball Z enemy. But to evolve, you have to like eat critters or defeat the do damage to survivors to evolve. And you're kind of weak shit those first two. So it's very easy to hunt you. But then once you get to 3, you're kind of I think you're kind of unstoppable once you hit 3.
I think it depending on the skill level of each player, it was either one-sided for the monster or one-sided for the team.
And I think it was dependent upon the monster. I think the Leviathan was the one that people bitched about. Leviathan, if I remember correctly, forgive me, this was 7 years ago, could fly. It could distance itself, like it could close the gap and then distance itself in like no time, like the snap of a finger. It had an invisibility ability that was also bullshit that I loved exploiting.
I'm pretty sure the one everybody avoided was actually Cthulhu too, wasn't it?
There's a one I saw the memes and there's one that shoots lightning and I remember that the one that shoots lightning people were bitching about
As being OP.
Yeah.
That might have been the Leviathan. Like the one on the box, I think that's called the Goliath. Fucking Bush League. It was that Cthulhu one and the Leviathan, which we might be talking about the same thing, Josh. Now I think
It might be. I just remember the Cthulhu looking one. I'm like, yeah, that seems OP.
But so the funny thing about this game is it came out and there were a few other 3v1s people were looking into. I think this game happened because of the popularity of like horde mode and firefight and zombies. And someone was like, well, what if it was just a big monster? And so then this was greenlit. That Fable Legends game they were doing was greenlit. And
if you look at this game, like, so those who aren't watching, what can happen is when you find the area that the monster's in, you can actually lock him in a dome basically for like, what, 60 seconds?
Yeah. So you have a guy who like it basically closes off the area and it creates a little battlefield for your guys to like try and mow this monster down. I didn't like the classes. The classes were kind of weird with the not the survivors, the hunters here.
No, the classes were shit, but then you got these ideas like this whole dome. Like that's a really cool that's a really cool concept that I don't think most people think about or do or implement. It's like something like that was cool, but then like you said, you get the unbalanced classes, all shit.
So I think this game was ahead of its time in the aspect of now we've got a lot of 4v1 type games coming out. I also think it was ahead of its time because I don't think the support games get now, where they have long tails and they're getting like, hey, we know this shit's broken, we're gonna fix this. I think if this game had come out 3 years later, I think it would still be thriving.
Agreed. But I also think it'd still be in a like the typical standard release of it's going to be in beta for like 3 years and then we'll finally release it.
But it would still be alive. It would.
No,
Yeah.
it'd still be alive. Yeah, it'd still be alive.
But it came out at the beginning. Well, yeah, still early. Xbox One, PS4.
It might make a comeback with all the other ones coming out.
I want it to. This was Turtle Rock, right? Like these guys have roots. And speaking of Left 4 Dead, these guys have roots in it. Speaking of another players versus everyone, or it's. I would hope it comes back. They would just have to balance the shit out of it, and that's why I think now when you see games and how much work is put in it, fucking every other game's got a fucking roadmap. Like if this game had come out in 2017 or 2018, it would have still been. It still would have had its issues, but it would have had a fucking roadmap. Like, hey, this is what we're gonna fix. We swear. Are you looking up to see if there are any roadmaps?
I'm just curious to see if like when the last update even was, like see if there's any like support for it whatsoever.
It would probably be around the time it went free.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh man, when it went free, man.
The sign of death. Oh hey, our $60 game. We're just gonna give you that shit, bud. Any word on the last update?
Apparently, it is back online. It went offline for a second.
Is that the community though?
No, that's apparently from what I was reading on the log.
Hold on, let me pull it up on Steam real quick.
I couldn't find it on Steam.
Oh, it wasn't on there?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it's not on there then. But so you can still play it. That's cool.
Yeah, it looks like it still can be played.
It would have way more there would have been roadmaps galore. It would have been, this is a perfect game for that roadmap setup. But we're gonna go ahead and move on, Josh. You can update it that later. Next up, I actually had a copy of this. This is the second. Hey, being covered for the second time on Smashing Game Time. Everybody, welcome back. Came out February 13th. Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask 3D came out for the new 3DS. This was their big launch. So the 3DS had a new iteration. It came out March of 2015, or I'm sorry, February of 2015, and this was their big game for that. And I think for the handheld, like the 3D was better. It was a little bigger. I had one. This was the first game I bought along with Animal Crossing New Leaf, I believe it's what it was called. This updated this. I think the biggest bell and whistle. So this is, for those who don't know, Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. If you played it on the Nintendo 64, it's the same game. It's got an updated bomber notebook, which people really, I think that is like one major feature that people hated from the N64 version. And they made it a lot better here. And when you look at the bomber book, you can see like you can kind of see how it like influenced a lot of other like similar type like activity tracking books and games. Like I think I go to who is it? I'm blanking on it, but it had like maybe something like Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
But I mean, this looks great. This is on a 3DS, for Christ's sake. If you're watching the video, this
it looks fantastic. You would never have guessed right off the bat it was an N64 game.
This might also be up-res from someone emulating it, though, right?
Yeah, no, I would say because it's shooting faster. So I'm looking at it now. I'm like, yeah, that's 60 frames per second. There's no way. So yeah, someone's definitely upscaling it, but still. Would you have ever guessed though that just being played on like it's a 3DS game no matter what, you can only do so much to make it look better. But for a 3DS game, tell me that doesn't look fucking fantastic.
It looks awesome, and I want to put it to rest right now. There's three of us, so we're gonna have a full-on vote. I'm sorry for those who can't tell. I might have a sinus infection, so I'm a little bleh. Okay, so the two Nintendo 64 games, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Gun to your head, you have to play one for the rest of your life. Which one are you playing? Josh,
Majora's Mask. Time.
Huh?
Ocarina of Time.
Jake?
What is wrong with you? Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask. Thank you. But you know what? I feel like Majora's Mask is the emo answer. Like, Majora's Mask. Duh. Like it's such a moody game. I really love that they're just like, yeah, we did Ocarina of Time. We're just gonna take this engine, take all these assets over here, and just build a new story. And I kind of hope that's what they're doing with Tears of the Kingdom.
I would hope so. Like, how else would you do it?
I really hope that's what it is, because I don't think Majora's Mask has really had a true like Zelda predecessor. Like when you think of Wind Waker, Twilight Princess might be close, but when you think of Wind Waker, when you think of Breath of the Wild, people go back to Ocarina of Time and say, "This is the next one. This is the next one." But what I really want is like for a Zelda game to come out and people be like, "Majora's Mask, this is the next." Like not like canonically, but like this catches that vibe, that vibe that you felt playing this game. And I remember playing Majora's Mask for the first time. It was very scary. As a kid, this is a scary, depressing game.
It is.
And you kind of want to stay in Clock Tower, whatever the fuck it's called. You're like, I don't want to go.
No, so as a kid, you watch all this stuff and you're like, this shit's scary because like you see the fucking moon with a face on its body. You see the giants when you call them out to help you stop the moon from falling. Skull Kid alone, like that shit's scary as shit. As an adult, you finally start to read and understand the story. And you're like, fuck, this is depressing and scary.
And yeah, someone did the fan movie of the Skull Kid a few years ago. I think it was 2017. Excuse me. And that was just a lot of fun. That was a fun watch. I think people still do like theories on Zelda, and like some people like, hey, was Majora's Mask a dream? Like why? Like what's going on? It's kind of like you with what's the game you're always talking about, the ending? Oh, the Mass Effect ending.
Oh yeah, the indoctrination theory.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff around this game.
Oh, so this doesn't actually. I'm sorry, fans of everybody watching, listening. This is not what the game looks like. They had a Project Restoration mod.
Josh, the people trust us. They come here for all their. They come here for the integrity.
In my defense, I never played the 3DS version, and Nick has, and he couldn't call that out.
You shit on him, Josh. You shit on him. You did this.
Hey, but wait, for a mod, that looks fantastic.
That looks great. Moving on. Up next, March 10th, City Skylines. This is a city builder. I want to say this puts city builders back on the map, correct?
Yeah, I would say so.
So
put this on the list.
It's on the list. So for you Sim City heads, and this game is still getting support too. I think I just got it for free on Epic. Well, I got it a few years ago, but I think they just did it again. It's been out that long that they're like, oh, you didn't get it for free last time? Shit, here you go. Here you go, bud. Here, loser, take it. And then they'll probably do it again in a year. Traffic's great in this game. I think traffic was like the one major thing that people really liked. It looks great. It looks very good. And you know what? For a guy who's played a few city builders since this has come out, this is very hard. It seems like this is the one everyone wants to like. Hey, we want to be the next City Skylines. It's like, you guys aren't even close, bozos.
You can try, but good luck.
But also, this is just not my genre. This is not my cup of tea.
It's just, I mean, and I know you can speed up the pace. It's just, it's almost like playing Sims, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't do Sims. I don't want to sit there and watch them babble and bone.
No, like
I rather love watching them bone.
Oh, that's a great title. This episode title is going to be Babble and Bone.
I do like that. No, I agree. It's not what I enjoy. I'm the standard gamer. I love my RPGs. I love my first-person shooters, third-person shooters. I barely have enough time for my own life to watch myself grow and watch myself bone. So why would I want to?
Josh, babble and bone.
No, I don't babble. I just bone.
Get this man out of here. Get him off this podcast.
But
man's this.
I'm just saying. I agree. It's cool for what it is, but it's not something I'm going to spend 100+ hours at the end of the day.
You know what? I bet you there's some crazy ass videos out there.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Crazy assy fit. I wonder if someone, how like they're doing. Was that Dubai? No, it wasn't Dubai. There's a country trying to do like the futuristic city that's just like a big wall. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys saw this.
with the mirrors and stuff.
The
Yeah.
mirrors and shit. I
Yeah,
wonder if someone's done that.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Now
Something
I'm
as
curious.
close as they can.
Wow, that's sorry. I still have the video going. That's some great highway infrastructure that guy's got going. Last up for the Q1 of 2015, we've got come out March 11th, Ori and the Blind Forest. I can't believe this game is already 5 years old or 7 years old, if I'm being honest. This was from, I believe it's called Moon Studios. This is, I don't want to call it like a Metroidvania. It feels like
It's
a
a
Metroid.
Metroidvania.
It
It's a
feels,
Metroidvania.
it feels
Uh,
Metroidvania light though. Like it feels like there's only 2 or 3 things that you really need to get around.
It's still technically a Metroidvania.
It's the loosest sense of it.
It's a technicality. I'm not saying it's the absolute. It's just a technicality.
I think it's a Metroidvania with a focus on art and story direction. Whereas,
Yeah, I think the sequel is more Metroidvania.
okay, I haven't touched the sequel yet.
I haven't either, but I think that's what I've heard is the sequel. Yeah, it could be. I believe that because I've played this one and it's not. It's definitely not like you said. 2 or 3 items. That's all you need to
Okay,
progress.
the second one is on Game Pass, by the way, so maybe I'll check it out.
Jesus.
You and Game
Microsoft pay us already. He's literally every episode. I've got the Xbox Game Pass. I could play that right now.
Do you mean the
Oh.
Microsoft Xbox Game Pass? Nick, tell me more. Okay, I will. No, so this you're a little like what is Ori? Is Ori like a little fox?
I thought he was more like I guess a sprite.
A Sprite. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say Sprite.
And what's the big thing you're on? That's not Bear from the Big Blue House, is it? So for those
Sasquatch.
listening, it's like it's you know what, when I first booted up this game, it has you start as the pudgy character, and for a minute I was like, is this gonna be the whole fucking game? Am I gonna be just trudging along through the woods?
You're gonna be a mirror image of yourself, Nick.
Oh man, yeah, that is looking like me after this holiday feast I had. But no, so you play this little sprite, your little forest mama either gets sick or gets kidnapped, and the forest gets all nasty like, and you're basically fighting pollution. It's just a big old it's a big pro-green anti-pollution story. The liberal gaming media would have you believe that Ori and the Blind Forest is a documentary.
So Ori is a guardian spirit, and the creature that you see there, they just call it a creature, and its name is Naru.
Naru.
So
And I believe the studio. So Moon Studios, Josh, you have stuff up, so you might be able to confirm this. Moon Studios is like a crackpot team, not crackpot, but like random people from across the country. They don't have like an office. They're like scattered, and I don't think they all work for Moon Studios. That's like kind of like not their moonlighting thing, but like their on the side gig.
As the team did not rent an office and instead recruited talents from all over. Yeah.
Cool. Hey,
that's kind of cool.
my brain. And then, was there some controversy? It was either this one or the sequel. I think there's some controversy about crunching with this one. So for those who don't know, I don't think we've covered crunch. We might have talked a little crunching. I might have gotten on a soapbox. Crunching is when the developers work crazy hours and sleep under their desks to get a game done. It's not worth it, folks. Go home. See your families.
What if they don't have families?
Go home. Enjoy yourself. Not the way Josh would, though.
No, not like
Fair.
me.
Don't. Josh is at home babbling and boning himself.
No, just boning. No babbling.
Are you coming back with more info, Josh?
I don't see in either one of them where it says that there was a crunch time, but it might just be because like I'm reading it as fast as possible on both ends, and I don't see it.
Maybe I'll Google it and see if I can.
Yeah, I
pull
might
up
have to
an article
Google
later.
it. Yeah, but
Yeah, you know what? We enjoyed the game. We don't have to get into the nitty gritty. It looks beautiful. The music is amazing. This is a soundtrack that I remember listening to when it came out.
Spoiler alert. Since Nick kind of was talking about the plot earlier about what happens, Naru actually eventually dies of starvation. That's the start of the game. Yeah, right here. There you go. Perfect timing.
Oh wow.
I just thought he got sick, or she got sick.
And then literally the next sentence is newly orphaned. Ori is left to explore the forest on their own.
Damn it.
Ori, no.
That's
Yeah.
a TikTok.
I'm sorry. Ori, no. Ori and the Blind Forest. It's fun. Go check it out. It's free on Game Pass.
Dark Force.
Guys, we did it. We got through our first 5 games of 2023. Who's ready to do some news?
Read all about it. Latest football scores. Morning paper. Morning Star. Paper, mister?
It's time for old news.
Josh, take it away.
All right, everyone. January 7th, Zombie Studios, the creator of the Spec Ops series, was shut down.
So, like, Spec Ops The Line, right?
Yes.
Fuck.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
Gentlemen,
welcome to Dubai.
Dubai was fun.
We picked the bad ending, of course. January 30th, Sega continues reduction of Western businesses and focus on digital that began in 2012.
Smart fucking move. I mean, they're all, like, all their shit's on Steam. They might have been, I don't know if they were the early adopters, but I mean,
They were
Sega's
definitely
still,
up there.
Sega's still
Yeah.
around, dude.
They were definitely there. February 3rd, Sony sold Sony Online Entertainment to Columbus Nova. The company was then later renamed into Daybreak Game Company.
So what is going on here, Josh?
So Sony Online Entertainment was like, so remember at one point when Sony had like several different companies doing different games?
Like Sony Computer Entertainment America, Sony Computer
Yes,
Entertainment
yes,
Japan. I think
yes.
they also had Sony Computer Entertainment Europe.
Yes, so Sony Online Entertainment was one of them. The best thing they were really known for, is EverQuest.
Okay, I was either going to guess EverQuest or Slowcom.
Yeah, EverQuest basically.
Tell us about Joystick, Josh.
Yeah, so video game critic Joystick was shut down by AOL on the same day. For those who don't know, Joystick was just basically your like Taku and every other IGN out there.
Did
Like,
they do
there
a
was nothing-
magazine?
I think they did not do a magazine. They started out as web blogs, and then they turned into like a critic site for gaming and entertainment. They didn't last too long. It started out like 2004 when they were weblogs, and then it turned 2015 shut down. So
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround.
they're already a small group as is anyway. Like, I think their peak was like 2007.
So the new magazine I was telling you guys about that I discovered, the wireframe,
Yeah.
they're not printing anymore. I just discovered them like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They're done. They're done. I think they're still going to do digital ones, but they're not printing them anymore.
It's not the same.
And I think
Saves money.
they're cutting. Man, come on. I know it's been a bad year for games media, but come on. I had something. It was nice. Moving on.
You had
Moving on, February 19th, Sega Networks, a subsidiary of Sega, acquired Demerge Studios, and I probably butchered that name.
Demerge.
Yeah, Mirage.
So, does anyone want to take a wild guess at what they are known for?
Is it company? No, it's not Company Heroes. That would be Relic. Who?
So you're on the right path, but you're just a little off.
Oh, is it a Total War?
No, Brothers in Arms.
Oh, okay.
I was
So
gonna
World War
actually say
II.
that. I was gonna say Brothers in Arms or Baldur's Gate.
They also did a little bit, like, they helped with like Medal of Honor Airborne, Frontlines, BioShock, Mass Effect for the PC. They did a lot of PC ports. They helped out with that stuff. Moving on, February 20th, TriAce, the developer of Star Ocean and Valkyrie Profile, was acquired by NetPro Japan.
A lot of acquisitions here, Josh.
Well, so we're getting to the point where if your IPs weren't good enough, they got bought.
Oh, so
Just-
so TriAce got bought, or Star Ocean and Valkyrie Profile got bought?
No.
They were
TriAce was acquired.
Okay.
So they are the ones who developed Star Ocean and Valkyrie Profile games. Now,
He's pulling up the list.
I've got the box in front of me. Looks like it was Speed Tree.
Yeah,
'cause
they
technically Square Enix is the publisher, so I don't know. It looks like it's Speed Tree. So yeah, someone else bought them.
They bought them. They bought TriAce up and said, "Buy TriAce. We do this is ours now."
But remember, I think the ones who acquired at this point, so NetPro Japan, I think they're the ones who made Integrity. So, and that was a really shitty one. Just saying.
They,
Moving on.
they're all the same to me.
You uncultured swine. Moving on.
Cultured pig.
Whoops, shit, I just kicked my camera.
Motherfucker's
don't do
kicking
that.
shit in the middle of the street. He's so angry.
February 25th, the website version of Video Game Critic Computer and Video Games was merged into Games Radar Plus by FuturePick.
You said
So-
Graham's radar?
Games Radar.
You said Graham's radar.
You said Grams.
But so what is Games Radar Plus? Is it still around or is it gone?
No, they're still around. Sort of. Okay, so I say they are. So it's still going, but they kind of stepped into a new direction. Like now they're into like webcomics.
So the games aren't even on their radar, is what you're saying?
March 4th, Electronic Arts shuts down the headquarters of Maxis in Emerville. And as you can tell, they helped create the SimCity franchise and Spore.
Spore didn't hit like they wanted it to, right?
No, it did not. It did not.
But you know what? The further away we get from its release, there have been times where like I've seen it on Steam and I'm like, could I get into Spore? Could I do it?
Don't do that to yourself. March 17th, Nintendo Company Ltd. Announced their affiliation with Japanese mobile game developer Dina and Nintendo Switch, a new console. So
Wait, is it
basically,
called Dena or DNA?
I don't know. I'm just reading it. Okay, I don't know. It could be. You could be right.
You're the
I just
one
can't
that
talk.
makes these. What do you mean?
I'm just asking, dude.
It is DNA. It is DNA. I just couldn't read it. I'm still fuming from the whole recording issues. Yeah. So, I mean, it says it all right there. This is the start of the Switch.
Hey, this is where the Switch was conceived. This is where Nintendo humped DNA and said, "We're gonna make a Switch, baby." Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Come on.
And they had a fantastic year. So that year, DNA, they took ownership of an anime site basically. And right after that, Nintendo comes up and like, "Hey, we see what you did with that anime site."
Nintendo's like, "Hey, you want to make some anime ass console that people can play at house parties on roofs?" And they're like, "Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
Hell yeah, brother.
March 23rd. Who is this?
It's Raven Software celebrating their 25th anniversary.
These are
yeah, this is
Warzone guys, right?
I don't know about Warzone. They did Ghost.
They did go. Look at them.
Pretty sure they did go. Yeah, no, because they did. I'll start from the very top. Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, Ghost, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered, Call of Duty World War 2, Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare, Warzone, and Black Ops Cold War.
Okay, I didn't know they were Cold War. I did not know that.
They also did like the Quakes. They helped do the Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast.
And now they're 32. Now they're
Yeah.
old. They're even
They're
older.
old as shit. Yeah.
All right, Josh. Thank you for the news. This was a lot of news, Josh. This was a lot of news.
Hey, there was a lot to talk about.
A lot. There was a lot going on.
I think
in the year.
I think this year there's a lot of news actually, so just be prepared for that.
Ay, caramba. All right, let's move on. Jake, you got a meme for us?
Me.
Time.
I got a meme for you.
All right. What do we got? Let's zoom in.
Looks like in this meme, yeah, just zoom in on the bad boy. You got 2K pulling Evolved. 2K saying, "Oh hell no, not my son." Profit, success, longevity.
So yeah, 2K's pulling its son away from profit, success, and longevity. That's what I'm talking about. A few years later, it would have been a roadmap game for sure. And I've always loved that Evolve logo, by the way. I don't know why. It's the ugly. It's a health bar. It's basically a health bar, but I fucking love that. I've always loved that logo. I don't know why.
Wait, you see that as a health bar? I don't see it as a health bar.
It kind of looks like a health, like not
It kinda
a
looks
health
like
bar,
one.
but maybe like an energy bar. Like, okay, you've got this much energy or this much stamina.
No, see, I think it as a health bar because I see it as the E is the actual like health bar that you see, and then the other letters, like the EVOL, are like little dots saying, okay, once you take that first health bar down, then you go to the second health bar.
Well, no, what I see is you have the 4 dots being the survivors, and then you have that space, that gap, and then you have the monster being the giant E.
It's a health bar. Rest in peace, Evolve, even though you're back alive somehow, you Frankenstein motherfucker. So we're not doing a quiz this week. We're not setting up for a new speed cap. We'll get back to the speed caps here in a few weeks, but we're going to talk about our most sought games for 2023. Each of us presented one. I do have a video for mine, so I'm going to pull it up if you guys don't mind. My most anticipated game for 2023, and I hope it comes out. We'll see. I don't know if there's a date officially on it. It was a game announced about a year ago now from 11-Bit Studio. It is Frostpunk 2. I'm going to pull up this video. It was... Frostpunk was one of those games where I bought it at the same time as Iron Harvest, expecting to play both of them at the same equal amount of time. And then I did 700 hours of Iron Harvest and like 2 hours of Frostpunk. And then last year I finally actually played a few run-throughs of it, and I enjoyed the shit out of Frostpunk. For those who don't know, you're basically controlling a city in the middle of a post-apocalyptic winter storm that just sends the world into like negative, crazy, scary negative degrees. It has you make some tough moral decisions about like child labor and like workers' rights and stuff. And it looks like this one's up to the ante because, I mean, if you're watching this trailer, you've got this guy covered in oil, like looks like he was bludgeoned to death or left outside to freeze, and someone sprawled the word liar on his chest in oil. And that's just, it caught the mood of that first game so well. And now that you're getting oil into it, it's like, oh, is this going to be in the States? Is this going to be America? So yeah, well, Frostpunk 2.
Let's be honest. The only reason Nick wants this game is because he wants to exploit child labor a second time.
I'm not. Hey, I opened the orphanage. Okay, I opened the Once you get the automatons, it's game over. You don't need child labor.
How many kids died, Nick, before you did that though?
None, because you know what? They were helping the engineers. They were helping in the hospital. I did not. There was no child labor in most of my towns.
Most, okay.
Most.
Do you guys have videos for yours? If not, that's totally fine.
I do not.
Nope.
Okay, Josh, what's your most anticipated game of 2023?
Oh, okay, so I'm actually tossed up and tied right now, thinking about it for the longest time. Insomniac Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Resident Evil 4 Remake.
What's got you all jollied up about them?
So, obviously, I loved Spider-Man. I loved Spider-Man Miles Morales. They are fantastic games. They're doing a fantastic job with their universes. The cast is amazing. The only thing I ever bitched about is when we had the remake for PS5 of Spider-Man and they changed Peter Parker.
That ruined it for it. Well, I can still enjoy it, but yeah,
I can still enjoy it too. But that was like, okay, he doesn't look. The first one, yeah, he looked older, but now he looks like he's too young. He looks like he's in high school.
Yeah, and so I think him being a different model when it first came out, it did a good job of separating the video games from the MCU. Yeah. So by them making him look like Tom Holland, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
What are you trying? Yeah, like, come on, motherfuckers. You know what you're doing.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy last year or 2 years ago did a great job of the separation. Like you kind of get the vibe that like, oh, these guys were inspired by the movie, but these characters are different. These characters read very differently.
Oh, I mean, and the fact that we're getting a veteran Peter Parker and a newbie Miles Morales, like you cannot, like whoever said, let's do Spider-Man this way, give that person a raise. They did a fantastic job.
Who was, just some quick Spider-Man lore, maybe you know, maybe you don't. Who was the clone of Peter Parker that everybody hated in like the early 2000s?
The clone of
there was a clone of Peter Parker. He had a different name, but he was Spider-Man, but people hated this guy.
I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest with you. I'd have to look it up myself.
I'll look it up.
Bit.
It popped up in my head. It was Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. So that really gets me going. And then Resident Evil 4 Remake. And I know what everybody's thinking is, Josh, it's a remake. Like, what else are they going to do? I was reading an article and someone am I lagging again? Okay.
No.
Sorry. Anyway, so the reason I'm stuck on Resident Evil 4 remake as well is I know what everybody's saying is Josh's remake, but here's the thing. Someone wrote an article and it harmonies with me very well. This remake is not the remake as in like we're getting the same content recycled. So Resident Evil 4, the early 2000s Resident Evil 4, is more actiony. It wasn't very horror. What they're trying to do is go back and give it a horror spin. That is why I'm excited for it, is because we're going to what made Resident Evil.
It's got my favorite character. I love Carl. That's Carlos, right? The sleeper agent.
No, you're thinking of
3. I'm thinking of 3.
You're thinking of 3. And he's not a sleeper agent.
Lewis.
It's Lewis. It's
Luis.
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 He's cute. I like Luis.
Yeah, it's like they're just giving it a horror twist, and that's what I enjoy about Resident Evil games. I don't like, but four is great for what it is, and I'm not saying it's bad. I've always enjoyed 4, 5, 6, and 7. Why? I'm sorry, not 7, 5, and 6. 7 was better because it went back to its horror roots.
I'll be fascinated to see if 5 and 6 get the remake treatment.
I don't think they will. And if they do, if there's not a boulder punching scene in 5, you fucked up.
I think Capcom has come along far enough with the remakes. We're like, guys, look, we know we fucked up 5 and 6. Let us have another stab at it.
I would say with them coming back, giving us 7 and 8, and then going back and going, okay, we're going to remake 2, we're going to remake 3. Yes, with 3 they messed up. I do agree that much. They did mess that up. And I hope and I pray that the Nemesis edition is a real thing.
Are they adding like a character to use the Nemesis system in there?
No. So it'd be more like a director's cut.
Okay.
It's like there'd be content that was pulled out. It's like for those who maybe never played the remake and the original, they removed the whole clock tower portion of the game of 3, and that was a huge deal. I mean, it's not a very long portion of that game. But still, it's missing content. Like we literally jump from escaping the train to taking Carlos and going into the hospital to get the cure for Jill.
They removed the gulp worm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Worm's gone. Jake, what is your most anticipated 2023 game?
So my most anticipated game for this year is Street Fighter 6. I know what you're thinking. It's just another Street Fighter. But the way Capcom has been showing it and like, I guess, just showing off the game, it's just amazing. They're doing great work. They've been showing off gameplay. Yeah, their trailers are awesome. They've been announcing all the characters that are in the game. Like, it's going to be a big game this year, for sure.
Wait, so you mean PR did their job?
Yes.
It looks good. Anytime I've seen it, it looks like a solid fighting game.
It's great. It looks like it's probably going to be fighting game of the year.
Tekken 8 might have something to say about that, homie.
I'm not sure if Tekken 8's coming out this year.
We'll see.
Thought it was.
We'll see.
I don't know that, and then I don't know. I think that's probably it. All the other games are kind of generic. Dead Island 2, yeah, we've been waiting years for that. Whatever. Not much about Alan Wake 2. I don't know. The new Star Wars Jedi Survivor looks decent. Looks just like its predecessor, though.
Sounds like there's a lot of love for Capcom in this group right now.
Yeah, I would say it sounds like it.
Sounds like they're going to have a good year. I want to say their last good year was probably, was that 21 or 22 when Resident Evil 8 came out?
21.
21?
Village. Yeah.
Yeah, Village, yep. So one last thing before we get out of here. Guys, what are some resolutions you got for the year? I'll just wanted to end on a positive note with what people are looking towards as we start our dry Januaries. For those celebrating, happy holidays. My goal is to just, be more, my biggest resolution is to be more aware of how I'm spending my time. So I showed it off earlier, but I bought a brand new planner. I've been writing down everything I do in a day. I've got color code. I've got all the colored pens. I've got even more that aren't here. It's sick, but it's going to be fun. I just want to be more aware of how I'm spending my time.
That's all you got?
It's a long show.
It's a long show. Josh, what do you got?
Being more of I don't know how else to, being more there for me. I feel like I'm more there for everyone else, and it wears me down. Last year was probably the worst of it, so this year it's all about me.
I like it.
Likes it.
Is there?
Jake, what about you?
Have you already done something more for you in the last few days?
Yeah, I honestly, when it comes to just being at home, normally I'm stuck watching a show I don't want to watch, and I kind of like, yeah, I'm not gonna go do that. I'm gonna go play a game.
I'm not watching 90 Day Fiance. I'm going to go look at my Steam library,
Right.
click on a game, and then close it, and then I'll be right back up.
I'm going to buy these games, look at it, and never play them again.
Hey, I'm gonna fix that, guys. I'm gonna go through my library. Okay.
Says everybody ever.
It just
I'm giving you shit. I'm just giving you shit. You're going to do this.
I'm gonna
For
do
you.
it for me. No more anybody else. I'm done watching The Bachelor, Bachelorette. I'm done watching fake people go on TV and say they want to find love and then bitch when no one watches them for 2 seconds.
I'm done listening to phony motherfuckers hop on these podcasts and act like they know what they're talking. No, we are 100%. We've been checked out by the FDA. We are clear. We are clear on everything. FDA approved. Josh,
Jacob, what about you?
Josh, this is gonna be your year. I feel it.
I'm wanting it to be that way.
Yeah.
Jake,
All right, Jacob.
So I want to be more active and consistent. When it comes to just about everything in life, I feel like for example, I'll exercise for like 2 weeks and then just like stop after that, or like I'll generate like 2 or 3 uploads on YouTube and then I'll stop. I want to be consistent in just about everything. And I want to be active in, I guess, the communities that I'm part of. And I want to be just like, I guess, active with my friends and family, because I feel like I never really reach out and say like, what's up, or, get anything, I guess, going as in like a plan to go out with friends or whatever. I've kind of just been a lone wolf when it comes to like, ever since college, I've kind of just been just an introvert almost. I could see myself being an extrovert, but mainly when I get comfortable. I don't know. I just want to get in touch and get those outside connections.
fucking
Yeah.
do it, dude.
Yeah, do it. You got it.
I wish the best for both of you going into 2023. I think it'd be awesome if you guys made vision boards. That is something that really, really helps.
So today's episode is not only brought to you by Xbox Game Pass,
Microsoft, hit me up.
but we're also bringing you vision boards
Vision boards.
by Funko.
No, those are a lot of fun. I bought like a canvas. I'm drawing on it. Like I wrote day job and I like did a little cross on it to cross it out. And
Should I just make it?
You can have fun with it. I drew a microphone on it. It can stand for this. It can stand for my open mics. It can stand for just joke writing. And then you put it up somewhere where you're going to see it every day. So when mine's done, I'm putting it up over here on the wall. I'll get a picture of it for the Instagram, which that's another thing I want to do is be more active for the socials for Smashing Game Time. So look forward to that in 2023. But you guys are going to be great in 2023. I can feel it. This is going to be your year. New year, new you. But you guys have the discipline to go out and do it. So you are going to do it. That is the show for today. Everybody, thanks again for joining us. I am Nick. You can find me on Twitter at That Kaufman. It's still around. Who knew? I'm also on Twitch and YouTube at Nick Fat Night. Josh, can the people find you anywhere?
Currently, no. I'm off the air.
He's off the air, but you never know. You never know. He's doing him.
I'll come back. I'll come back. But right now, it's more about me.
But he's doing it it's about him.
I'm doing it for me.
Yes. Jake, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. I think that's about it. At Jakey Boy Kaufman.
Awesome.
He forgot Facebook.
He forgot the Facebook.
Yeah.
He was so hesitant about that. Snapchat?
See, meet my metaverse.
and as always, you can find Smashing Game Time anywhere you get your socials. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We are also on, did I say Discord already? We have a Discord. Go check that Discord out. Links are in the show notes. We are a Trident Network podcast. Check out our siblings. Rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. We are everywhere. Just find us and give us all the stars that you've got. As always, thank you to Alex Marvin Clark for our intro and outro song, Hunt Him Down. We have a link to his SoundCloud in the show notes. Go check his other stuff out. Alex is a great guy and a great musician. Everybody, welcome to 2023. This has been Smashing Game Time. We hope you all had a smashing great time. We will see everybody next time.